A ceiling fan in a shop? Let me explain. There's an earlier video where I explained the installation of the mini split, the Mitsubishi mini split. We have full HVAC in the shop and dehumidification. So the heat, though, wants to stay up near the ceiling because the ceilings here are 11.5 feet high. So the heat remains up there and it stays cooler down here, 63 to 67, somewhere in there. I know it's not terribly uncomfortable. I should be able to live with it, but I'm going to change it. So I went and got the ceiling fan. Has a remote control, has multiple speeds, and it can be reversed. And it also has light. Not that we'll probably ever use it much, but it has a light. So that's the fan. Now let's go back to the shop now and show you what I've done since the last video to this one. This is just an update video. There's not a whole lot of construction going on here. I just wanted to show you what I did and where we're moving from here. My first cleat wall. This is the first one. I'm starting to use up the scrap plywood that I have from the rest of this project. Once that's gone, I have to buy more, obviously. These were a little short, so I had to put longer ends on here. I stopped it here. Well, number one, because I got a plug box here that has USB ports, I have some USB gear, and it's got 4 outlets. So I left that here. So I have space under here to put stuff. There's going to be shelves and hanging stuff here, but mostly shelves to put this stuff on and this stuff on. I've been using the chop saw. It's working really great. Let me show you what I had to do for dust collection. Keep in mind this is temporary. Flat plug here. I've got one of those, equipment switches here, and it comes off of the dust port for the saw and down underneath. I'll show you in a minute what I have there. This gets about 80% or so, maybe a little bit more of the dust. I mean, this dust chute's not bad on this Hitachi, now Mitobo or something like that. One of the errors I made in my design, we must all own up to our errors, is when you come all the way over here to 50 degrees, it's more than 50 degrees, it hits down here. I can notch that out if I want to get that extra couple of degrees. And there's a piece of metal here that comes outside of the framework here. I'm not terribly concerned about it because I never cut anything beyond 45 degrees on either side of the saw, either this way or this way. I always move something back there in the way. I never go beyond 45 degrees with my saw. I never do. So I just bag that all together. Now below, I've got a shop vac and one of the Home Depot dust busters. These things work really, really good. I'm really satisfied with them. As far as permanent dust collection, I'm probably going to plumb this in somehow into the new dust collector. I got to figure that out. How I want to have scoops back there to pick stuff up. But this really does a really good job. I had one on my bandsaw as well, but that's going to be tied into my new dust collector now directly. Dust collector is up and running and plumbed into the existing system, which is going to get replaced with a better... I'm going to redesign this for better actual airflow back to here. I've got some 90 degrees in here that really shouldn't be there. I know this is a 180 to come into here, but what I have here is a nice smooth kind of a 180, not two 90s. I couldn't put in a series of 45s. When it runs down the middle here, I'll probably use a PVC flex line to go up from here to there. And then the bandsaw can be right here, and it'll be tied right in. So this is working, and it's working very, very well, and I'm really happy with it. One little side note before we go. 25 years ago, I bought this, long before I had my saw stop, I bought this Wizard metal detector because I worked with a lot of reclaimed lumber, and when I was boat building, we were using lumber that was used before. We wanted to make sure there was no metal in it. And then when I got the saw stop, this became invaluable. So if you have a saw stop and you work with reclaimed lumber, you have to have one of these or something like it. So 25 years ago, I think I paid $39 or $49 on sale. It was a lot of money back then, but I said, hey, it's worth it. Well, this one died. Battery went nuts inside and kind of contaminated everything and damaged electronics. So, I'll get another one. How much expensive could it be now? It's $150 now. Yeah, no. So I went and I got their Little Wizard, which is equally as capable of that. It can be fine-tuned for depth and all that as well. And this is the one I'll be using from now on. Again, it uses a 9-volt battery like that one did. And I'll make sure battery doesn't go nuts. Of course, that battery was old technology battery. This battery is a lithium-ion battery. So, quick update on where we are on the shop. I have a lot more to do, a lot more to go. That wall has to get cleated. Everything has to be moved around, blah, blah, blah. So, one more thing. Where is it? Here it is, right here. I bought this bench leg kit. Yeah, Lowe's. And it's got these poly legs that you use 2x4s to make a bench. And I don't need a very fancy bench for this, but it's going to go up against the door over there. It's going to be 18 inches deep, 8 feet wide. And all of the polishing, grinding, and sharpening things that run on an AC are going to be over there, like the oscillating sander, the Tormek, my buffer, all that stuff. So it's all out of the way and over here. And I'll probably put my welder underneath there if it fits. So now, with that said and done, and my first wall up, make great things out of wood.